Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the greatest show on earth, the Millionaire Mindsets Podcast. I am your host, Xavier. And before we start this episode, I would like to advise all the watchers, the listeners, to please subscribe, hit that like button, comment, review, 5-star rating. You guys could do all those things. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And getting right into today's episode, today I got a very special guest, man. This guy, he's been killing it in the real estate industry for a while. I had him on before, so I had to have him back. It's my bro, Abram. What's good, brother? How you feeling, man?
It's good.
Hey,
I'm blessed. I woke up.
right.
It's always good.
No complaints, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm excited to have you on the show, bro, because last time we got some really good feedback from having you on, bro. You gave a lot of information, gems, motivation, and all those things. So getting straight to it, right? I want to talk about specifically in these times, right? It's a lot of economic uncertainty with people.
Yeah.
And you killing in the industry. And we could talk about the wins all day, but I want to start it off with like the things that you overcame, the challenges and all that stuff. What was some of your biggest challenges on this journey from doing millions of dollars of real estate transactions and being still so young? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I would say one, like when you take my real estate career, wholesaling is how I got started. You know, when people always ask me how you got into real estate, I tell them I learned at the root of it how to find good deals and then middleman it and put two people together and make my money in between. And then I moved on eventually into buying properties, fixing them up and flipping them. And then, like you seen at the event we had the other day, development is my full-time thing. Mm-hmm. So I would say the biggest learning lesson with me was when I got into development and started scaling aggressively. And then, like you said, economic uncertainty came into the market after that high that we came off of from COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like we had the lowest interest rates ever when COVID popped off, like 2%. Mm-hmm. And then in 2022, summer of 2022, they started hiking the interest rates. And they did the largest increase, you know what I'm saying, in the shortest amount of time. So I'm buying all these projects, scaling, and then you look up and the effects of the market is always delayed. So what I mean by that is they started hiking the interest rates, properties still selling, but take for instance, if I'm buying these properties at the beginning of the hike and it take me 6 to 7 months to build them, the effects of them hiking the interest rates is right when I'm finishing these houses and I'm starting to get them sold. So I had a period between I would say August of 2023 up until the end of the year where I had some properties that was harder to get off.
Really?
And during that period of time, I'm going into my pocket paying the interest payments because the money ain't free. You know, I'm borrowing money, getting construction loans to build these houses. But at the end of the day, as I'm holding that money, that borrowed money, it costs me money. That's interest. So these payments coming out month after month after month, and you waiting on these properties to sell. So now it's a cash flow thing. You feel me?
How do you manage that? Let's say somebody that's entering the game, because I've been talking to a lot of people that want to be real estate developers, like younger people that's like, I want to get my start on development. But I know the game right now, it's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the 2019, 2020 real estate market. So what would be your piece of advice to people getting started right now?
Like, number one, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Do not try to, and I'm going to be honest, in Dallas and Texas, I heard like you could just build a house. Like you could be a GC without getting a license. In my market, like you have to get licensed to pull permits. You know what I'm saying? In Dallas, you really just could wake up one day, say you're a general contractor, have the money to pull the permits and start building houses, which it could be a good thing, but it could be a dangerous game because now the barrier of entry is so easy. And when this different than wholesaling. Like when you playing with, you just bought a house. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Now take for instance, 6 months go down the line and the foundation messed up on your house. You got a warranty, right?
Yep.
You go after
the builder.
And you got money to sue him if he don't do what he got to do. You feel me? So like the people that's getting into the game, like number one over everything, have the necessary guidance. You feel me? And number two is you got to have some type of cash flow to pay the bills. Like you got to have money coming in. That's why I hear you talk about don't quit your job.
Facts.
Like this entrepreneur, like
it ain't for the weak.
It's been cool for people to be like, quit your job. But like, bro, if you got a good paying W-2 job, that's actually like that's better for you if you want to start building houses on the side. Like you could actually have a W-2 job and build houses on the side.
Yo, that's so funny because I just talked to somebody that had a security company, and he was telling me in Oklahoma that he said about 2019, 2020, he had a security company. He was running it up. He said the market was crazy. He said he stacked his first 120 bands, started buying real estate, and then he's like, the economy changed. The company wasn't doing that good, and now he driving Uber. He's like, I gotta run it back up. I gotta find a way to get some money. So I think that's you ain't lying, bro. And you can never be, when it comes to the jobs, you can never be too afraid to keep it, and can't be too in your pride to go back to one. I tell people that all the time. Like, don't have too much. If you gotta do what you gotta do. If you need to go back to get that 9 to 5 to make some plays, stack up some money, do what you need to do, man. Don't get stuck in that entrepreneur. Like, I have to be entrepreneur shit because if it ain't taking care of the bills, you gotta make it. You gotta make a change.
And I'll say, like, you gotta know yourself. Cause me, I never get a job.
Me neither. Me neither. Let's be clear.
I know too many hustles. I know too many ways to make something shake. You feel me? And at the end of the day, I believe in myself too much. But at the same time, know yourself. You feel me? And know what's best for your situation. I ain't got kids or nothing. You know what I mean? You might be in a situation where you got multiple other people depending on you, to where your every step, your every move, it don't only affect you, but 5 other people. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They got people walking around here with 5 kids. They don't know what their next move is. That's a scary world to be in.
No, it is. It is. I want to talk about this, the relationship building with the banks. Is it different? Would you say is it harder or different right now than it was when you initially started in this industry?
I would say I wouldn't say necessarily harder. I would say that the banks are more disciplined. You know what I mean? Like, whenever the market, COVID, during that time where everything, it was cool to do everything. Trade stocks, real estate, everything you do, you booming.
You gonna make some money.
Credit, everybody booming. You feel me? So even when you see that, the banks was booming too. So they lending the money out. So now the banks are more, I would say they're more disciplined on vetting operators, making sure, like, the bank might want to come see some of your projects. You feel me? Back in the day, they might not ask to come, hey, let me see some of the projects you built around the city. Let me visit your office, see, what's going on in your operation. You feel me? So I guess it is a little harder right now. So you gotta you gotta make sure you have a clean operation nowadays.
Would you say?
And the numbers tighter for sure.
You said in the numbers?
The numbers are tighter. Like, tighter in the sense of, if they was lending 80% of the value of the deal, say I was gonna build a house on a lot and I wanted to sell it for $1 million. The bank could lend you up to 80% of that. Nowadays, they want to lend you between 70 to 75%. And then also, say the bank, they reserved 500 construction loans for a certain part of time. Now they might be reserving 200. Probably less than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
They ain't just handing out loans. Like, they got banks that's like, we good right now. Like, we got enough on our books, and we want to wait until these properties sell off the books till we, want to do it again, want to participate again.
Is it taking longer to sell properties right now?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah. It is more normal now, I guess. Like, it wasn't normal where we was at. Like, with property, you put a property on the market, boom, it's gone in a few days, in a few hours. Yeah, we took it for granted. We took it for granted for sure. So, like, don't get me wrong. If you got a good product, like, I just had a property, for instance, that I sold before it even hit the market. It ain't even done. Like, it's a pre-sale. So if you got a good product in a good location, and you have a great representation, like a great team behind you that's pushing that product, then you could outperform the market. But on a average thing, properties are selling a lot longer. Like, it's taking a lot longer to sell properties now.
When you mentioned team, right? As a real estate developer, what's the most important, like, when it comes to building a team, who those people that you need? Like, as far as like the whole team, like, I know attorneys is one of them. Like, what's other things you need?
I mean, as a real estate developer, the most important person on your team behind you is, and it could be you, is the general contractor. Like if your general contractor can make or break you. You feel me? Because they the person that is responsible to pull the permits, and they're responsible to build this product. And then also they're responsible for this product after it's built. Like we were talking about earlier. If you have some foundation issues with your property, you going after the general contractor's warranty. So take, for instance, you hire a general contractor that don't know what they're doing, and you get in a situation like that, you can get sued for multiple six figures. And for most people, that's enough to put you out the game.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your general contractor is the most important. That's like I don't play chess, but what's the most important piece in the chess? On the chess,
what's it? The queen?
The queen, yeah. King. Yeah. That's your queen or king. So let's say how is somebody starting off in the game, or they're in the game and they're struggling to build their team? How do you find that those good contractors or those good attorneys or whatever else you need? Yeah. So how I did it, and is back to the wholesaling thing. That's why I feel like that's the best way to get in the game, because I was the middleman, I was the plug. So I'm selling all these deals to these, not only people that's fixing and flipping, but developers. So when it came to the point where I'm like, okay, I want to make this transition into development, I was just asking the people that I was building in my network. You know what I mean? They always say your net worth is your network. Yeah. But I always say it's about the people it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. You feel me? And what they know you for.
I agree.
So at the end of the day, if I got 5, 10 developers in my phone that know, hey, Abram go have the best deals on land around town, then whenever I may ask them, hey, who the best general contractors know, it ain't really no pressure to get that, because I put my value up. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I'm selling them deals that they making multiple six figures on. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling them deals that they making money on. So it was an even exchange of value.
No, that's real, bro. Because I that's something I talk about sometimes too. Because everybody, they do say like it's all about who you know, and I'm like, bro, that's not. It's some truth to that, but I'm like, shit, I know LeBron. That nigga don't know me.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be a reciprocation.
What he can do for you right now, it got to be reciprocation.
Right. They got to know you.
If you had some messed up business, LeBron might know you for the wrong reason. Right, man, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
It's about who know you. And in this game, reputation is everything in real estate, like, especially at the development level. You feel me? Because development is a politicking game. Like, it's a lot going on at one time when a house getting built. You feel me? Because you dealing with the actual construction, which is the general contractors, subcontractors, the management of the team, the management of the finances. But you also dealing with the neighbors around you. You dealing with the city politicians that might make it harder for you to develop certain things in certain parts of town. So like, you really got to be on your P's and Q's whenever you get into this game. And there's a lot of people that get on the internet and they just talk about the peaches and the cream, but they don't really talk about what could happen if you're not on game. If you're not on game. If you ain't got the right people in your corner.
What's been since you've been in the industry, what's been your biggest regret?
Man, not building early enough. That's not like basically selling land, selling deals out to other developers.
I've heard other people say that before.
Yeah, not getting into it earlier.
Like some stuff you feel like you probably should have just kept.
Yeah.
For a long-term play?
Yeah. Like the losses I took, I wouldn't change it, because it made me better at what I am. You know what I'm saying? Like you was at the event the other day when I was talking about, I took $100,000 loss literally like 3 weeks ago.
Break it down.
And it did, people, when they talk about taking a loss, they might say, oh, I was supposed to make this, but I made 100,000 less. No, like I write the check, boom, you lost 100 bands. You feel me? So it was a delayed loss. So it was some deals that I bought a few years ago and been dealing with them, development deals, and got caught in the market where interest rates went high. These properties appraised at X amount, but they sold at Y. You know what I'm saying? So they appraised at 700,000+, but I ended up letting them go at 575,000, 600,000, just getting rid of them. And the reason that happened is really because the market ain't always on the high horse. And these are things that people don't talk about. Like, hey, if it take you 6 months, 7 months, 8 months to build a house, a lot of things could go down in the market between that time span.
Yeah.
And whenever you first underwrote that deal, it could have penciled at 700,000, but hey, a year later with other market conditions like interest rates going up, this stuff going on with the election, whatever else, COVID, whatever else that could happen, these things can affect the market. It could affect the market, and you got to be able to handle those things.
So would you say it's important for people like they in this, right, to have multiple deals going on at once?
Yeah, you got to be. That's why I'm able to sustain something like that. Okay. You feel me? Because I'm building that scale. Like right now, we got 15 plus projects going on at various stages. So it's like, if it's just one deal going on, you lose 100,000. Then it's like, what you doing? And that's another reason why you got to have supplemental income. You got to have multiple streams. Like, I don't really suggest people to just develop. You know what I mean? Like, you can make big checks and you will make big checks, but it's not like you getting a check every single day. You ain't finishing the house every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have supplemental income, because if it take you 4-5 months to build a house, then that's how long it's taking you to wait for a check. And then after you build it, you got to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Bills coming all throughout the month. So you gotta have that cash flow.
Yo, that's crazy, because I was literally just having a conversation with somebody. I was like, the one thing that never stops is bills. Your cash flow might stop. You might lose a job. The business might slow down. But those bills are going to at least be the same, or they're going to at least keep coming. So you always got to be enterprise minded. As I said, you got to be stacking, because you never know what could happen. Them bills ain't gonna never ever stop. That's the one thing that ain't never stop.
Facts. So like how I was able to do it, like how I was able to leverage into the game is, like I was saying, I was wholesaling. So the wholesaling was how I was bringing in money consistently every single month, multiple deals. You could close a wholesale deal 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Now you bringing in 50, 60, 70,000 on any given month, sometimes 100, 150,000. That's the cash that I'm using to funnel into these development deals. You know what I mean? But I'm also building relationships with hard money lenders, because those hard money, you know what hard money lenders are? Yeah. So you use a hard money lender, that's basically like having cash. Because say I want to buy, I come across a piece of land that I want to buy for $100,000, and I had to get it under contract and tell the seller I need to close it. I'll close in 2 weeks in order to be competitive on this deal, because right now in the market, it's still saturated. Like a lot go up. You might not be the only person that won't buy that lot. So you have to be competitive. A hard money lender is a good way to be competitive, because they can move quicker than a bank. So then boom, they lend you the money to take down that land. And then now in that process, while I'm holding the land, I'm getting my permits, I'm getting my plans drawn up. That's when I then go to the bank and I refinance into the bigger construction loan. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, damn. See, I never had nobody break it down like that before.
Yeah, see, it's multiple moving pieces. Like people, they'll ask me sometimes, like, should I have private lenders or hard money lenders or bankers? And I always tell them, you need to have all of them. You feel me? Because I got multiple deals where I've used all of them. Like I was just saying, like I got a deal right now that I just bought. I just started building on it. But whenever it came to buy it, I bought the deal for $260,000. I used a hard money lender. So I get this deal, I get it under contract. I call up my hard money lender. I let him know, look, I'm taking down this land for $260,000. He looked at the deal, he analyzed it, he said, okay, cool. I need you to put down 15,000, 20,000, whatever that is. I put down my money. What's 260 minus 15, 20,000? So I bring like 15, 20,000 to the table.
So like 245 left.
Yeah, and he lent me like 245,000 on the deal. So we close on that deal, and now I owe him the 245,000. So in that period while I owe him that money, I'm getting my permits for the project. I'm hitting up my architect to get my plans drawn up. And then once I get my plans drawn up, I go to the bank, and then the bank appraises those plans. So the bank, they look at the plans, they say, okay, this house that you about to build on this lot is going to be worth $1.4 million. we'll give you a loan for 75% of that. So let me take
75% of 1.4 million?
Yeah, so 1.4 million.
Like a mil?
Times 0.75. That's $1 million.
Yeah.
You feel me? So then they refinance the hard money lender out of the loan. You see what I'm saying? We just go buy the whole deal for $1 million. So now
the hard money, he out the deal now.
He out the deal. So the $1 million, so now the $1 million, all I do is subtract the debt that I owed the hard money lender. How much I owed the hard money lender?
245?
245. Yeah. So if I subtract 245,000, I got about 800,000 to build that house left. You see what I'm saying? And then that's how you leverage and fund your deal with no money out of your pocket. Because you got to know your numbers.
No, you really, I never had heard it broken down like that.
Because most people don't really know how to break it down. They just go, talk some stuff on Instagram and take your body in court.
No, I ain't. That's
how it is most of the time,
That's because usually in my mind, how I hear it, I'm like, okay, they getting a hard money lender. Y'all know the interest rate going to be a lot more higher. Because they want their bread back quicker. So you probably got to move a lot faster. I never heard a strategy of pretty much being able to remove them, using them initially, but then removing them from the deal.
Yeah, I'm in and out with a hard money lender. I'm not, the name, people be getting too caught up on, hard money lenders, hard money lenders charge too much interest.
Right.
Cool. Hey, charge me 13. I was showing my partner a deal yesterday. I'm paying 20% interest on the deal. He like, damn, that's too much. I'm like, bro, I'm about to make 500,000 on this deal. I'm about to be holding this money for 3 or 4 months. When I hit the calculation, in reality, I'm paying him $12,500, $13,000. And the money is I don't pay him into the deal sale.
Right. So we been
so I'm good. Right. And some people, they'll go look at a video on Instagram and see somebody say, beware hard money lenders, the interest rate too high, and them not really understanding the game. Anytime they hear I'm not messing with a lender. Right. I talk to so many people that's ignorant from the game, from hearing somebody say something online and not doing their own research, and they just Xing themselves out.
But how long did it take you to learn and realize that?
Bro, I'm still learning. I'm 6 years in, you know what I'm saying? But to learn how to leverage the lenders.
The hard money aspect of it.
I had to because I didn't have a job or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, how we were talking about earlier, if you got a W-2 job, it's easier to go get a loan from the bank.
Facts.
When I went to the bank, they was like, get your ass out of here. Like, what you doing? What proof you got? You know
facts. That's real.
So when I ain't had no proof or anything, then I had to take non-traditional routes, which was hard money lenders, you feel me? They willing to loan me the money. No credit check? Oh, you don't need to check none of it. I ain't worried about a background check or nothing like that. And actually my credit was good, but really what I'm like, you don't need W-2, 2 years tax returns, all that. All right, cool. And that's because a hard money lender is an asset based. Y'all need to write this down. Everybody write this down. A banker is a conventional lender, which means they're more focused on you, the individual. That's why they're like, I need to do a credit check. I need to do a background check. I need to see a PFS. I need to see basically they trying to find a reason not to lend you the money. A hard money lender is an asset-based lender. So that means they find the value in the asset. They want to underwrite the deal and they want to lend to you based off the performance of the deal. Now, at the end of the day, if you get connected with a hard money lender through a great referral, like somebody that's did good business with the lender, that's going to make you look better. Like, Abram vouched for Zay and Zay want to build houses or do this. That's going to make you look better. And the lender going to want to do more business with you. But at the end of the day, you just got home from jail. You go get a hard money loan. No questions asked.
That's game, but you got to know them numbers.
Yeah, you got to know your numbers.
Yeah, if you don't know them numbers,
shout out to Welby. Well, Welby said the only universal language is a number.
Is a number.
Real talk.
No, you giving a lot of game right now, bro. And you 28 now?
26. I'm giving them 2 years.
I guess, man.
Relax.
Bro, you young. So talk about this for a second, right? You only 26, bro. You from Louisiana. Talk about how you've been able to, because now you dealing with banking institutions, so now you in the corporate world, you know what I'm saying? And you coming from being a young black man from Louisiana. Talk about adapting, how you adapt and been able to manage from that to this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, you got to learn how to communicate, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like in every level of real estate, it's less of us. You see what I'm saying? So like wholesaling, I say is like freshman year. You might see more black people wholesaling. You will actually see a lot more black people wholesaling. Then as you move, I'm not trying to say somebody above somebody, but as you move up in the game, because normally people who have more experience start taking the higher risk, which is buying properties and actually fixing them up or buying properties to build them. As you get higher in the game, it's less of us there. You know what I'm saying? So as I started getting into development deals, I find myself having to go to BZA meetings, you know what I'm saying? And talk to politicians and city officials, and that lingo, it's a barrier, you know what I'm saying? I've been in situations where I'm talking like me and you or something, or one of my partners, or how I'm talking back home, and it ain't get me what I wanted, you know what I'm saying? I know. Especially when you're dealing with the city and they don't want to sign off on something, like you can't handle it how we used to handle things, which is sometimes with conflict or with like, aggression. Aggression, like not necessarily conflict, like you go do this, but like frustration or aggression. You gotta handle it like, you gotta handle it with more finesse. You know what I'm saying? With tactic. You gotta have strategic. And that's something that I've been learning. Really? Like, that's been something I've been learning.
No, that's so real, because I think so many people, when they focus on like politics, they focus on national stuff like the election, the presidential, when the big important stuff is the local stuff, bro. Yeah. Like I go to the city council meetings where I live at, bro, and I seen this firsthand. I seen a couple try to open up a tattoo shop in the area, and they had to get vote for the all the board members had to put a vote on it, or whether they was going to allow it or not. So they made their pitch. They talked about why they wanted to do it, where they wanted to do it. And after they made their pitch, the board members, they all said no. And then their reasoning for no was because they was like, we feel like that location where you want to open up at, it could be of better usage if we gave it to another business. And they gave it to another business that they already had a prior relationship with. Yeah. I've been there seeing it. So I'm like, relationships and politics, especially when you're talking about business and you talk about scaling business at a big scale, you gotta develop relationships with these local political people.
Don't burn bridges.
Don't burn no bridges.
Don't burn no bridges, dog. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, bro. That when you get into, I'm gonna lean on development, bro. When you get into real estate development, and even that tattoo business, that's real estate. Yeah. Once you get to that level and you dealing with the city, you got to understand, these people that work for the city, they've been there 20, 30 years. Facts. So once you piss the wrong person off, that's it. No, they ain't going nowhere. You going to go somewhere before they go somewhere. I'm letting you know. I done seen it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
they all be older.
Yeah.
They don't be
and they ain't going. You know what I'm saying? They not going. So I've had to like learn how to, move more strategic in certain situations, but it's all made me better, because my competition, you know what I'm saying? Which competition not real, but at the same time, like we can't act like you don't have competition. The normal person ain't gonna learn that. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna go to the BZA meeting and pay attention to, what else is going on or what's getting denied in a certain part of the town.
Facts.
You feel me? And it's like, if I got the more knowledge, if I know something is about to happen, and say I'm at a BZA meeting and they talking about this large development going on. And when I say BZA meeting, that's a board of zoning appeals in Nashville. But in any city, you have these city council meetings where they talking about the upcoming development projects. So, and they free to go to. It's public info, like this free. I'm putting y'all on game right now, bro. Like,
you is.
Like, literally, you go sitting there and say you in there and you hear somebody talking about they about to build a 500 unit apartment complex over here in this part of town. Okay. You might not have the means to do that, a 500 unit development, but now what if you start buying around that development because you know that development is going to improve the value of everything in that neighborhood. That's what follow the money mean. You know what I'm saying? But most people, they wasting time.
I say
scrolling.
I be saying this, bro. I be like, if you know everything that's going on in pop culture, you know every athlete's stats and all that, but you don't know who your city mayor is.
They know as soon as Dirk then got arrested.
They know, right. They know Dirk got locked up. They know all the info.
They know the wire. I'm like, damn, I know everything. Everything. I'm like, boy, y'all know everything. Like,
but nothing at the same time.
Everything but nothing. I'm like, y'all, bro.
You.
Everybody's straight A students when it comes to P. Diddy, Dirk, whatever mess that's going on. Y'all know everything.
No, for real. I tell people this shit all the time.
I drop them videos on my page, giving you the numbers, giving you the game, and you still come ask me, hey, bro, I'm trying to lock in. What's up? I'm going to come holler at you. Bro, I'm posting these videos because I ain't got time to talk to everybody. Go watch the videos, bro. It's right there.
No, you was not lying, bro. That's some real. If you pay attention to all this stuff, you can make your money if you know what's going around in the city, because they going to let you know what the tax rate gonna be.
Yeah.
As they increasing property taxes, it decreasing. What commercial buildings coming? What residential buildings coming? Like all those is signs that oh, this one be, I can make some money over here but people don't be paying attention to that kind of stuff.
And you know why it's so important for people to pay attention to it, bro? Because like real estate affect everybody. Like you not your main everyday hustle is not real estate.
Right.
But you just bought a house. Mm-hmm. You was educated on that. I just seen you post a video. I want to talk about that.
Go ahead.
You just posted a video. You visited Nashville and you was looking at the numbers of how these property values been increasing over time. And you like, hold up. I don't think millennials, Generation Z, X, like how y'all gonna be able to afford these properties?
They ain't.
And that's a conversation that really need to be had, because it's like, y'all worry about Dirk, Diddy, all this, and these houses, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, 700,000. Like I'm selling homes to first-time home buyers for 600,000, 700,000.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
With that being said, is these individuals or these couples?
It's couples. Sure, bro, I'm gonna be honest. A single woman just put in an offer for, we under contract for 900,000 on the house.
Oh, she eating.
A single woman. But she taking advantage of a program. You see what I'm saying? And that's because she did her research.
She did her research.
You know what I'm saying? So like, some people might look at this and be like, man, I'm not trying to build no houses or anything, so I don't need to know nothing about development. Nah, you need to know something about development, because what if you want to buy a house one day or do your custom build one day and it's just like a car? Say you take your car to a mechanic, you don't know nothing about cars. He could say, oh, this messed up with it, it's going to cost you this. How you go question that if you don't have the education? It's the same thing if you ready to go buy a house and you don't know how to look for if this is a quality build or not. Or if you like, hey, I done made some money, I done got a raise, I want to pair up with a builder and build my custom home. I can give you whatever price if you don't know. And I done seen it on the retail side, like builders charge retail, like if you don't know, they gonna charge you way more than somebody that know the numbers that's an investor. So it benefits you regardless to have some knowledge of the game, so somebody can't just mess over you because you green, No, you talking some real shit, bro. Because I know me firsthand when I bought my house, I went to what would be considered a undesired area because it was underdeveloped. It was a whole new. My house was one of the first houses built in the whole area. It's shit country as hell, but now they building so much so fast. I already got damn near 200,000 in equity in less than a year. 200,000. You just bought your crib. I just bought my crib in February. Exactly.
That's because I paid attention to what was going on in the area. I'm like, they building all these houses, all these people moving. I found out the city was growing 13% population wise annually. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, it went from 15, 16,000 a couple of years ago. Now it's pushing 35,000. Mm-hmm. And it's continuously growing. So I'm like, I'm going to live here, but I already see what's going on.
Yeah. So, and then keeping that money and that equity, that's another protection against inflation.
Yep.
Because, people that's keeping all their money in the bank, in the last 4 years, the dollar done lost 25%
of
its spending power. You know what I'm saying? So basically what that mean is The prices over, the last 4 years, a combination of price increases and everything else going on, your dollar, $100 is really $75. You feel me? So let's say 100,000 is 75,000. A million is 750 racks. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even talking about taxes or nothing. And living life.
There's cost of living going up. I want to ask you about
crazy.
I want to ask you about this though, because what you mentioned is the Dirk thing, not just that situation specifically, because we see what's going on with him, but like this a rapper from Chicago, blew up, rich as hell. I'm from Chicago too, so like this, I'm like, damn, this situation hit close to home, literally and figuratively. So it's like, but I want to ask you, what's your thoughts on, because he being young, wealthy, you know what I'm saying, black dude from the trenches, but escaped, but still got caught up in the bullshit. Like, what's your thoughts on like being a young dude that's maybe getting money? You may still have close ties to some bullshit to a degree. It's not too far away, but you still on the other side where you on the up and up. How do you talk about like maintaining like that right mindset to not go back into the bullshit?
I'm gonna say with him, bro, I can't speak all the way on him because I know I ain't live the same life that Dirk lived. Right. You feel me? So like when you talking about somebody like Dirk, I don't feel like it's any in between. Like it just had to come to a point where either he just drew that line and said, I'm done, or like he in it. You know what I'm saying? And like that whole situation, when you really look at it, is like, it's a lot of parts that play in it, because I feel like it's media, society, it's these labels, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how he got to where he at. By doing what he, everybody been egging him on to do this, do that.
I said that shit and niggas said, I ain't gonna lie. They said, I'm tripping. I said, bro, for the last 3 years, you read his comments, those have been the main thing. When you gonna slide for Von? The shit happened, now what you hearing? He's dumb as hell.
They entertainers. He make his money entertaining people. And it's like some of these celebrities in situations where it's like, that's how he make his living, is by being in violence and that's carrying that image. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
So it's like, that's it. I don't know that. I'm not in that situation, so it's like crazy.
I brought it up though, because I think it's still a lot of, like, not even just specifically with him. I still think it's a lot of younger people, right, that's in business or anything like that's making money. It's a lot of people that's doing their thing. They change they the first person in their family lineage to do some like dope shit on the legal side, but they still
won't play both sides.
Or they still just not too far from it, because they might got family in it, they homies, they grew up in it. So it's like, how do they, because I know it's going to be people that hear this, right? They might be experiencing something similar. How do they navigate and balance through that in your opinion?
See, how I navigate and balance through it is like, either you with me or you're not with me. So if you connected to me, then of course you gonna have the opportunity to grow with me. But if you don't see it for yourself, then I gotta leave you where you at. Because a man, a woman, a person, they go be who they want to be regardless. And if you don't want it, I can't spend my time. I done already been there when I'm trying to make somebody want something, or I see something in somebody that they don't see in themselves, or they don't want to see in themselves. So it's like they gotta put that first step forward. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just feel like it's so much other factors to where, so many people, they a product of their environment, and I think it just get deeper than
you do.
Just walk away from it or this or that. Deep, if you grew up in that your whole life and you don't know nothing else from that, and then the people that get out, you see how hard it was for them to get out, then that's why I said the other day, Kamala or Trump not coming to save you.
They're not.
Because if they wanted to save us, bro, there's billions of dollars they doing to Ukraine. Like, it's not a secret. It's not a secret on how to save the hood. No, let's cut a check for $20 billion. Let's go make sure the roads better, the schools better, the environment's better. We got hospitals. We have a thriving community, and then people won't be in survival mode. But as long as you got people in survival mode, if you put crabs in the bucket and put some hot water in there, which is most treacherous environments, they ain't really got the normal necessities, then you go see what's going on. It's gonna turn into a war. It's gonna turn to violence, you know. And most people, they just playing the hand that's dealt to them.
No, that's a fact, bro. And you gotta how you think you how can I put this? Because most of us, we weren't dealt the perfect hand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta outthink it. You gotta outwork your situation. So how do you, let's say somebody listens to this right now, right? They might be in an effed up situation where they don't really see no way out. Might be down bad, no bread. What would be your best piece of advice to them if they want to get that ball rolling on the business or personal, whatever it is?
I would say one is a reason you watching this right now. You know what I'm saying? So if this message is being heard, being communicated to you, then I'm a big believer that everything happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I'm watching this and I just seen me and you talk about real estate development. We talk about making multiple 6 figures on deals. We're talking about how you can leverage and get into this game from nothing, from scratch. So I would say your next step is to take action on that. You know what I'm saying? I throw events. I got an event coming up.
Talk about it.
Tap into the Instagram page. Follow me on Instagram. Abram Mitchell, Abram Mitchell, MITCHELL _. All you have to do is go on my page, hit the link in my bio, and we have a 2-day development event in Houston, Texas, November 7 and 8. And we're going to be giving y'all the whole blueprint on real estate development. So if they watching this video, then I would challenge you to do something about it. Take action. Don't just turn this off and then go about your day. And then come on to the next podcast and be like, oh, I see this guy talking about trading stocks, and then turn that one off, go about your day.
Yeah.
That's a repetitive cycle that we in, you know what I mean?
So that's a fact, bro. And this one of the final things I got for you. What's the most difficult part about development?
The most difficult part about the development game is obtaining. That's a good question, bro. It's so many moving pieces at one time. I think it could be different depending on who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because I could say obtaining the finances, like somebody getting the money. You know what I'm saying? Getting locked in with the right lenders. You know, because most people, they don't even know how to play that game. You know what I'm saying?
When you say right lender, what you mean by like
hard money lenders, bankers, private lenders, like finding the money, because these development deals can range anywhere from $300,000 upwards to $1 million. So this is a game that you're leveraging other people's money to make your money. And most people don't have the slightest clue on how to get a loan from the bank, how to, fill out a personal financial statement, how to make sure all that paperwork is right so the bank or whoever else will give you a loan.
When you get a loan, you using your personal name, or you going through a business?
Business, but you still see people be getting on the internet and talking about you get business funding. This, you still have to personally guarantee the business funding.
That's a fact.
Like they not just go, you can't just go open up a LLC and then go get a loan. Like they gonna say, well, who gonna guarantee this loan? Who gonna guarantee the business? You have to have a personal financial statement in order to get a loan. Every business loan I get, the banks still want to see a personal financial statement.
Are you using different LLCs for each loan and project?
Oh yeah, I gotta be strategic, especially like with growing my influence and stuff like that. Like I don't want everybody to just know where everything at. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, use different LLCs for different projects, for tax purposes, for, just protection of myself and, just everybody that's around me.
How important is getting that right CPA though? Because you getting lump sums of bread at one time. Got to. Like, bro, I done spent some money on my CPA like this year alone, So it's important to have the right CPA and bookkeeping. Because like whenever you're doing one development deal, one house, it's easier to keep the finances clean. But like I mentioned earlier, I got over 15 houses going on. These are all, that's crazy.
All these deals is $500,000 plus deals. So we talking about over 8 figures in
real estate transactions,
in debt that I'm managing, money that you managing at the same time. You feel me?
It get hard to sleep at night.
Nah, it's been times, but I mean, it's the game I'm in now, you know? Like,
I only asked that because I was just talking to somebody that just got into real estate development, actually at your event.
Okay.
And she was telling me how like she on her first like project and she like, man, she been stressed the hell out.
Yeah.
She, like, she had some nights where she been having a hard time sleeping because at the end of the day, you are acquiring this debt that you gotta play your cards right.
Let me walk it back a little bit. I didn't had them hard nights. You feel me? But I'm coming from a level of experience now to where I know the game, you know what I'm saying? And I know how to underwrite my deal. You know, if I need $300,000 to build a house, I'm not gonna if my budget is $300,000, I'm not gonna get a loan for $300,000.
What would you get a loan for?
$350.
Just in case if more.
Yes.
Okay.
Because 9 times out of 10, your budget is an estimate. So you're not gonna be right at 300,000. If you come in at 290, great. But what if you come in at 320? You gotta go into your pocket for that. But at the end of the day, you don't wanna have to go into your pocket.
Right.
And how can you scale if you gotta keep going into your pocket over and over on these deals? You know what I'm saying? I've had situations where we call it floating costs. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, they don't talk. This is what they really don't talk about on Instagram. So most of the time, whenever you building a house, you go start putting money into your deal on like month 6.
Your own personal money?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Okay.
Probably like between month 6 and 8.
Why is that?
Because you go, at that point, you finish the house, you probably drawn most of the money out of the loan, may have reimbursed yourself for, interest and things like that. And then now you in that period of waiting for the home to sell and you fully drawn on your loan. So that interest payment is at the highest amount that it's going to be at. So for instance, if I got $1 million to build a house, that money is on a draw basis. So on day 1 of the project, it's $1 million sitting in the escrow account. And then when I draw out 100,000, that's when I start getting charged the interest. So on month 6, when the project done, I done drew out the full $1 million. So I'm getting the highest interest amount. And then now I got this house on the market, or I'm about to refinance this house and that interest payment is coming out. So you heard somebody talk about at the event how they got a house they've been trying to sell for over 12, 18 months.
Yep.
And they paying that money out their pocket. So imagine if you got 10 deals going on at the same time and you start putting your money into 3 of them or 4 of them, that money start compounding. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say this a fruitful game, but it's a dangerous game if you ain't got the right guidance and foundation. Because most people don't know, hey, you need to pump up your loan. Don't get exactly what your budget is, because your budget might be off, especially if you first getting into the game.
Yeah, you definitely.
Somebody first getting the game might say 300,000. I might look at it and say, nah, 350 all day. Because I know what hidden costs might come up.
And when you lose, let's say you losing bread on interest, or you keeping the property and you paying all this money, when you know it's time to cut losses?
I mean, shit. I mean, at the end of the day, that's a personal question. You know what I mean? Like a lot of developers, because I got good relationships with my lenders, so like they talk, and the lenders like, yeah, I got some borrowers that they done got offers 50,000 under their ax or 30,000 under their ax, and they don't want to take it. You know what I mean? They being stubborn. They stuck on their price. And then in reality, if you paying 10,000 a month in interest, and say you get an offer 30, 40, 50,000 under your ax price, but say another 4 or 5 months go by,
you paying that 10,000 every month.
You pay.
That's the money right there.
That's the money right there. You see what I'm saying? So It took me being in that situation of being stubborn, and I'm like, damn, I could have took this offer. And in reality, this time, because money, that's why they say money don't sleep. The interest, it don't matter if I stop building the house, if it's not selling,
you still
interest is compounded daily, every second. While we talking right now, my lender calculating this how much he owe me every day. All right, another 500, you know what I'm saying? That number is compounding daily, you feel me? So at the end of the day, like, it took a lot of the time, it take you to be in the situation to know how to move the next time. Like touching that hot stove. You touch a hot stove, burn your hand, you probably ain't gonna touch it again. Or you probably gonna have a mitten on next time you touch it.
Man, that's real, bro. Yeah, and we can wrap it up, bro. But I want to say, before we wrap up, what's your, if somebody listening, right, they in the industry, they thinking about getting into it, what's the key number one thing you could tell them right now that can help them out for where they at?
Getting into, bro, just do it. Like, just hop in, pop up at an event, pop up at a network and mixer. Find the number one thing is find land. You make your money on the entry. So if you find a good deal, the money go find you. So you could get into the deal where, hey, I found this good opportunity, which is a piece of property, a piece of land, and you might know a builder, and then you let them know, hey, I brought this opportunity to the table. Let's partner. You build it and get the financing, and we might split it 50-50. It might be 70-30. At the end of the day, it's up to you to negotiate that deal. But that's the easiest way to get in, is by partnering.
And just find a
and bring an opportunity to the table. Don't hit up people and be like, hey, bro, I want to partner, and then have nothing to bring to the table.
Because that's what people do a lot of times.
Just have something.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if you ain't started, you probably not gonna be able to bring the finances to the table.
That's a fact.
You definitely not gonna be able to bring the operation to the table, which is the GC. They're like actually doing it. So the easiest thing for you to bring to the table is the opportunity, the deal. And that just take hustle. Get on the MLS, get in your car, drive for dollars, find the opportunity. I'll give you a real world example, bro. I got some of my students right now that we have a total of 9 houses we building together. They bought this opportunity to me. So they wholesaling. They want to start building houses. They started off as my students wholesaling, taught them how to do that. They flip houses, do well. They want to get in building. They bought 9 houses to us that we building together. We done already started these projects, and they gonna make 1.2 million on those deals.
That's hard, bro.
Yeah. They gonna make 1.2 million just from bringing the deal to the table, being connected to me, and now they negotiate their equity percentage in these deals.
And that's no money lost for them.
No.
Yeah, that's bringing the opportunity.
The deal I do with my students with that is they bring the deal to the table, and it depends on the deal. You know, we got some deals where they paying the interest costs. We got some deals where I'm fully funding the deal and take care of it because I love the opportunity that much. And they got an equity percentage, they got a partnership, and they got to participate in the deal. And now they making 7 figures on deals that we doing together because they bought the opportunity to the table.
That's game, bro.
So that's how I find deals now. I don't even wholesale no more.
You don't?
Yeah, I find deals through realtors, through other wholesalers. If you want to learn the game, I'll teach you the game for free. I'll teach you the game for a fee. But at the end of the day, you got to bring some value to the table. So if you ain't got a deal to bring to the table, you probably go spend some money. You got a deal to bring to the table, then all right, let's make some money together. Let's work, you know?
Hey, ain't no better way to wrapping up with that. But before I let you go, plug all your stuff, bro, where people can follow you at the event, the upcoming event, all this stuff. They want to become a student, everything you got going on, plug that.
So y'all can follow me, Abram, Abram, Mitchell, MITCHELL _ on all platforms, Instagram, everything. Y'all go on YouTube, Abram Mitchell. That's why I haven't been posting as much on YouTube. I got a lot of content on there that I still get messages every day from it. And I got content that I've been pre-recording that I'm gonna be uploading to it. And we got a development event coming up in Houston, Texas. I don't know when you're gonna be dropping this, but that's November 7 and 8.
It'll be out before that.
All right, so November 7 and 8, go ahead and copy your tickets. Hit the link in the bio. Me and my guy Chris Senegal, he moving heavy. Yeah, you know. So me and him, we partnered up, Mr. Buy Back the Block, and we gonna be doing a 2-day conference. And this not one of those like motivational events, and I don't want to act like motivation not a good thing to have, but I feel like it's been too many people getting off playing on people's emotions. Like, hey, let me wave this big check in front of you. Let me give you the basics, and then let me upsell you on a mentorship or a consulting. But you paid your money to be at this event already. So like, I feel like it's been too much of that going on, me and my partner. So like, this conference is, don't look for motivation. Like, this conference is class in session, and we literally breaking down the game from every angle.
And y'all doing workshops too, right?
Yeah, workshops. So we have Krista come and speak, who is the president of the Houston Land Bank. That's the largest land bank in the country. You feel me? So what I said earlier, find land if you want to get into real estate. Where she specialized in getting land, like old land that's that, you know, might have went through tax sale, auction. The city grants her these deals and she sells them to investors for pennies on the dollars. You get land for 10 grand. And she gonna be speaking at the event. So she opening up the event. And then our headline speaker, Vanessa, she's doing a 200 unit development right now for D.R. Horton.
Damn.
They
that's the largest, not commercial, is it?
They the largest track builder in the nation.
Damn. And
she bought some of her land from Krista out of the land bank. So it's gonna be dope having that combination and showing they dope women in the game. Like, I wanted to showcase that we got women developing, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, one of my project managers is a woman, you know what I'm saying? So like, women are very, like, women make stuff move in this game. You feel me? So we got them two speaking. We got Will come and talk about luxury development. Mm-hmm. Will Cyrus, shout out to him. He in Dallas doing $2 million and up developments.
I went to a bunch of his projects this week.
And you see, that's why I'm out here. Mm-hmm. I vet the people that we put in front of you feel me? So we came out here, man, Will and took us to all his houses. He legitter than legit. Like, he moving heavy out here. So like, I'm excited for the people to see, like, man, this dude been moving for a long, like, before it was cool to move.
He been doing this for a minute, bro.
Yeah, like, so I'm gonna be locked in learning from him. We got Paul.
I know Paul, the young phenom.
Yeah, bro. Paul, so we got Paul Simeon. He doing luxury development in my market, Nashville. Me and him, we actually partner on some deals together. He killing the game. So that's gonna be dope. You know, seeing luxury development from two different cities, two different perspectives. Nashville, Dallas, might have some friendly competition in there going, I don't know. But y'all go get real life case study from them. And then, of course, me and Chris Senegal and our teams are going to be literally showcasing and pulling back how we operate and manage our multi-7-figure development operations. So it's going to be a dope weekend. We got some special guests pulling up that we ain't even say. We ain't even say nothing about that yet.
Okay. Yeah, y'all tap into that. Tap in.
And then everybody get a free ticket to the ball. So we got a Black Monopoly ball.
Oh, damn.
So that's the suit and tie, Great Gatsby. So we go vibe too. So it's going to be locked in, learning, networking, but we also go vibe and kick it.
That's going to be hard, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure you send me that link so I can put that on the show notes. So people that want to attend, they can pop out to it. Mm-hmm. And as for me, y'all can follow me on all platforms. I'm at Xavier C. Miller and the Millionaire Mindsets podcast everywhere. Make sure y'all tap in with my bro Abram. Y'all see killing it, doing amazing things in the industry. And that's all I got for y'all on this episode of Millionaire Mindsets. See you guys next episode. Peace.
Let's get it.